Hello, everybody, and it is Friday's live stream with the Ultimate Selling Team. So I wanted to go over a couple things today real quick. I wanted to talk about, because one of my clients, Eddie, is getting ready to sell his property, and there's been a lot of talk about if you have a home to sell but you can't find anything that you actually want to buy on the market. It's been a real big problem right now because let's say you've been in a house a long time, you know that you want to sell it, you love your house, but you just want something that's a little better. You go on Zillow or wherever you're searching and you just don't see anything that really turns you on enough to go through the hassle of selling your house, even though you want something more. So you kind of have an idea of what you want, but you just can't find it. And that has been the main issue that's one of the main causes, actually, of why the inventory on the market is so tight right now. There's plenty of people that want to sell, and we're talking to them every day. There's plenty of buyers on the market that want to buy. There's so many of them. It's just the inventory. It's like a gridlock out there where sellers want to sell, buyers want to buy, but the sellers just can't find enough other things to buy to put the inventory on the market for the buyers to buy, and it's just creating a little bit of a problem. It's a cycle. So before we get into that anyway, I wanted to talk about Tim Draves at McLean Mortgage. Tim is awesome. He's been a lender that we really love using. Our clients love using Tim. And so if you have a mortgage or a refinance or a purchase that you're thinking about, or you have any friends that are thinking about doing that, have them call Tim over at McLean Mortgage. You can reach him at 703-395-8495. Tim is awesome, always does such a great job for us. And at the same time, Katrina over at Lawyer Signature Settlements in Frederick is awesome. She is the best title attorney I've ever seen in my entire life. And they'll do your refinances for you. And also your purchases. So you can reach them at 301-695-1235. Thank you, Katrina, so much for all the great work that you've done for us and our clients. And of course, I want to get to Michael Pritz. He is awesome. He was actually in my office today helping train some of the agents, going over a bunch of stuff. And in fact, you guys may have seen him on some live streams a little earlier today with Dana or Christian or any of the other people over there with us at the Ultimate Selling Team. So he is actually also a really good loan officer as well. Just like Tim, Michael Pritz, he is our go-to guy when we have a client that comes up, they need a quick pre-approval, they want to come out with us, say, on a Saturday morning, and we talk to them on Friday, he can get it done within a half hour. You can reach him at 301-662-LOAN, 301-662-LOAN. And yes, Mark Springerth, Springerth Services Home Inspection. So Mark is an awesome home inspector, always does a great job with us and our clients, and he's very thorough, he's very fair. There's not, I have never seen Mark miss anything. So if you need a home inspection, Mark is the guy to go to. If you're a seller also, it's always a good idea to get a pre-inspection if you're going to put your house on the market. It pays to actually get it inspected by a home inspector to see what can potentially come up in the buyer's home inspection so you can get those items taken care of before you put it on the market. Because sometimes an item may come up here or there in a home inspection. Maybe it's a big deal, maybe it's not. But a first-time buyer or a skittish buyer can get freaked out by that and either negotiate a bunch off the price to stay in the deal or back out of the deal altogether. So pre-home inspection's good. Mark Springer's the guy to do it. You can reach him at 301-512-0427. And one of my favorites, Backyard Inflatables. At the Indoor Fun Center on Buckystown Pike. You can call them to see what's going on, 301-972-0939 to book parties. Now they have concessions, games, inflatables with slides, interactive games, moon bounces, obstacle course, party supplies, tents and tables, water and dry slides, trains and rides. Backyard Inflatables. Backyardinflatables.com. Check them out. Those guys are awesome, and they are really looking to do a lot in the Clarksburg area, as are we. So with all of that being said, let's get to the matter at hand here. Okay, you have a house to sell and you're in the market to buy. You don't see anything. We're going to just kind of go in order and what really needs to happen for you to move forward in your transaction. The first thing first, it is February now, so you're going to want to prep your house. Before even finding anything on Zillow or anything like that, let's talk about and think about getting the home that you're in ready to sell so that when the opportunity comes up, you can get it on the house quickly, get your photos done, and get it sold, get a contract within a couple weeks. So the first thing is declutter that house. You're going to want to go around any photos that you have of yourself or any kind of personalized decor or, like I say, photos or a very specific taste. You're going to want to take that stuff out. Also, if there's less is more when it comes to showing your house. So if there's oversized furniture or too much furniture, it's a good idea to get rid of that stuff. You're going to be moving anyway, so it's time to start packing. There's a company that we use from time to time, Zippy Shell, where they'll actually show up. It's kind of like Pods, but it's mobile. They show up. You stick the stuff in the Zippy Shell. They load it into a truck. They cart it off to a storage area, and then they'll bring it to the new house or bring it back once you're done. And it's really affordable. I think it was like a couple hundred, maybe 150, a couple $100 a month. I don't know. But it's worth it to declutter that property while you're showing it. And the good news is, if you've done a good job prepping your house to sell, meaning you've decluttered, okay, paint, carpet, whatever you need to do to make it look great, chances are you only need to keep that property in active showing condition for a week or 2 or 3, and you can get multiple offers, and then you're done. Once you have that contract, you're done. You don't have to show it anymore. So it's better to bite the bullet, do a good job, so that you only have to go through that pain for a very short time. I've had clients before, they didn't do that. It was in mediocre condition, and it wasn't priced to sell at a mediocre condition, so it took 1 month after another, and they're always having showings and people coming through, which is a good thing. However, after 8 showings, that property should be under contract if it's priced right or the condition is right for the price. So declutter that property. Also, updates. If you're going to go through all that and your house is really dated, you may want to consider just some light updates, whether it's the fixtures in the bathroom, maybe your countertops. It's pretty inexpensive to have granite these days or things like that. So think about it. New sink, new countertops, fixtures, stuff like that. Little things like that can go a long way into making your house appear much more updated than it is. Countertops are probably the biggest giveaway, as well as the fixtures in the bathroom and the kitchen. So now that you've prepped your house, and it only takes a week or 2 to do that, let us know too. If you're wondering how you would do that for your own listing, you can always give us a call. You can call me, 301-693-3333. We usually go through with our clients. We walk through, we come up with a quick plan, not an extensive plan. It's usually quick, 1 or 2 weeks, 3 if it's a deep decluttering. And once you come up with a plan on how to do that, it's usually not as much as you think. Then it becomes much more doable, room by room, and usually it's a couple hours and it's done, or we have the contractor crew come in, paint, carpet, or whatever. So now that you've done that, you've prepped your house, it's time to start putting that house on the market. So you've prepped it. Now it's time to get photos. Usually photos can be done within 48 hours or so. And photos should be coming with what we call our 24-hour open house. 24-hour open house is just a video walkthrough of your property the same way that a buyer would in an open house situation. What I love about that is your house is always on display in its perfect condition as a virtual open house. Very effective. So your property is on the market, you have buyers coming in. During the whole time that your property is on the market or you're not quite listed yet, go ahead and browse, but don't look for your new house. That's one of the things that causes a lot of paralysis with clients that we've worked with or potential clients in the past that don't take any action, even though they could have really been in a great place where they want to be. They'll stay in the old house because they don't know what is out there. And it's kind of like, I look at it like it's a dog chasing its tail. We've all seen our dog chase its tail, and it goes round and round and round, and it just can never get there. By the time its face gets to the tail's gone, and back and forth. And buying and selling a house when you have both at the same time is very difficult to do, because whatever you're seeing on Zillow or wherever you're looking, or actually my MLS search site is awesome, ultimatesellingteam.com. It's better than Zillow or any of those sites. It's a premium site, but it's free to our clients. Anyway, when you're on there looking for properties, what you're seeing today, if your property isn't under contract, the chances, unless it's overpriced or not a very good property, it's not going to be there by the time your property is under contract and you're ready to go. So if you're looking, yeah, you can get an idea of what's on the market today, but it's completely irrelevant, because that is not what's going to be on the market 2 months from now when you're actually in the market to go look and put your property under contract. So it's just important to know. So have fun, browse, but don't look. And if you see something that you like, don't go see it, and that's what I mean by don't look. Even if your lender has told you that you qualify for the new mortgage and the old mortgage at the same time, so you're like, great, well, let's go look then because we qualify for both. I have, of all of my clients, and we sold 150 houses last year, so we deal with a lot of clients. Every time that ever happened, when it came down to writing the contract on the new dream house that they found, they always got cold feet because of holding both mortgages at the same time, because the fear creeps in. What do we do if the old house doesn't sell, etc.? And they never end up buying. They found and lost their dream house in that process, and that's very heartbreaking for them. So then when it is time to go look, they're always thinking of the old house versus the new house. It's just not good. It's like you find a new date and you're thinking of the old girlfriend and wondering, second guessing, was that better than what you got now? So it's just, psychologically, it's not good. So browse, but don't look. And the most important thing you can do if you have a home to sell, but you can't find anything that's on the market now, you have to commit. You've got to commit by putting your home on the market. You can't wait until you find the dream house to list your house, because like I said, it will be gone by the time you're ready. You have to commit. What do they say? The best way to climb a fence, right, is to throw your hat over it. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that saying or not, but the best way, fastest way to climb a fence is throw your hat over, because then you're committed. So you got to commit. You got to put your house on the market, even though, and it's a little scary because it takes a little faith. And that's why you have to have a good realtor who prices your home correctly. You don't want to overprice in that situation. Your house is presented well. Your marketing is good. Your realtor is good. Take the plunge, commit, put it on the market, do the right thing. And I promise you, within 3 weeks, 4 at the maximum, if you've done all those things, in this market especially, your home will be under contract. And then it's time to go shopping. So let me break that down a little bit on how that's going to look also, because there's quite a bit of time in between you putting your house on the market and when you're actually going to be moving into the new one, if that's what it requires. Because we can, as good realtors anyway, we can stretch or compress time as needed. Because what's going to happen, your property is going to probably be on the market anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks in active showing status. That means buyers and their agents are going to be coming through your house, looking at it, maybe submitting offers, negotiating it, I don't know. But it's going to probably be at least 2 to 6 weeks that's happening. Let's say you actually find your buyer, you negotiate a deal because you have a great realtor like the Ultimate Selling Team, and your house goes under contract. A normal contract will be 30 to 45 days before closing. What I like to do in situations where you have to go find a new house is let's do that contract for 60 days. That's a little bit on the longer end, but when we have a house to go find, that's what we want to do is 60 days. Because that gives us at least 30 days to go find your new house. So your home is under contract for 60 days. Within 30 days, though, we better be under contract on a new property, but that is plenty of time. 30 days is so much time. In fact, all we really need is 1 week if your agent does a good interview. At the Ultimate Selling Team, one of the steps to our 4-step buyer program is a comprehensive buyer interview. That is the most critical step because you might be a little bit fuzzy on what your perfect home looks like. You may know, yeah, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and kind of in this school district or this neighborhood, and maybe a colonial, but that's about it really. When you go through this 5-page comprehensive buyer interview, it is going to cause your fuzziness of your dream home to become crystal clear. You may actually even realize things that you might want in a home that you weren't even thinking about before. And more importantly, your spouse will become crystal clear also. Because oftentimes our clients, one spouse wants something that's really different than the other spouse. When we go through the comprehensive buyer interview, the good news is we know exactly what you want. The bad news is it requires us to buy 2 houses, right? But then what happens is both spouses get together and they compromise, and then they come up with one unified property that we're looking at. And as good realtors, because we did a good interview and we listened to what they were saying, usually we're able to take that buyer right to their property within 1 to 3 properties. Our average is 1.5 showings, which means we go out 1.5 times per client because of that comprehensive buyer interview and how effective it is at taking you right to your dream home. It's amazing how it works, but if your agent is doing that properly, they should be able to take you right to it. 2 weeks tops, a month if you're really, really picky. And the good news is too, there really is enough inventory out there that you will find your dream home, especially in the spring market coming up, because there's going to be so much more inventory, but it's out there. If you're just relying on Zillow or Realtor.com or one of those, you may have a more difficult time finding what you're looking for, especially without the comprehensive buyer interview, and especially without the search capabilities that the MLS that we realtors belong to and we search with. It's more powerful, so it's going to allow us to look for the nuances, keywords, and things like that. Not only that, a good realtor that sells a lot of property the way the Ultimate Selling Team does, we know the neighborhoods, we know the inventory, and as you're talking to us, we're already forming an idea of exactly what you're looking for and where it's located. So the bottom line with that is compressing time. Put your property on the market 2 to 6 weeks. That's what it's going to be before you get a contract, and then it's going to be another 60 days after that before you actually close. And within that time, up to 30 days is what you have to actually shop for your new property. So it's great news. And so your time for moving is going to be anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 months. Is going to 2.5 to 4 months from start to finish, from the day you go on the market until the day you're moving into your new property. It's a little bit more than you think, and there's plenty of time to make it all work. And also, as good realtors, we're able to coordinate those closings on the buy and the sell on the same day, or one day before, one day after. There's lots of little tools and mechanisms we have to make sure that that timeline actually fits and works. So don't worry about that either. Again, that comprehensive buyer interview is so important. It's, like I say, it's one of the steps to our 4-step buyer program, but just make sure that you're doing that. Whatever realtor you're working with, you have to make sure that they are asking you, without a doubt, all of those details. You're going to want to tell them about your lifestyle, how you intend to use the property, how you intend to entertain with the property, who potentially could stay there, what you want that property to say about you, because that is one of the things that's kind of an unspoken thing. However, it ranks in like the top 3 things that's important to somebody about their houses. What does it say about them? And it's one of the questions we ask, and usually people, it stumps them when we first ask them, but it's so important because of what our house actually means to us. And then I want you to be thinking about too, okay, you have your house and the things that you must have. What do you want to have? What's going to make your house a 10? If you could add one more thing to that, what would it be? And if you could even add one more thing on top of that, what would it be? And we start getting into stuff that you haven't ever really thought of, but that you would like. And then that forms this picture of this dream house, and it becomes very clear. And it's a real joy to actually see someone's face when they're buying their dream home. So I've been talking away here, but I want to get on here and see what's everyone saying. I've been a little bit of a blabbermouth here and neglected some interaction. All right, what's going on? Hey, Dan, Chad, glad you guys liked it. So Joyce, how are you? So we're here at the Clarksburg, the outlets and everything. And Clarksburg is an area that we dominate. It's an area we specialize in, that we know inside and out. So if you have any questions about Clarksburg, also let us know. If you have any real estate questions, let me know. I just wanted to get to this topic. I was actually going to get to another topic and do 2 streams tonight, but I was having a little technical difficulty. I will be talking about either tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. I've got my daughter's daughter-father dance tonight. But there was an article in our newspaper. I know you guys know that we publish our Clarksburg newspaper. Something I saw that was really, that we put in here, that I came across here a few weeks ago, is the 70s style, that 70s home. There are 5 70s trends that are making a comeback today. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but 5 70s trends that are coming back in home style. Can you believe that? Who would have ever thought? So I'm going to either be doing that a little later tonight, or I'll be doing another stream about that 70s home in our next stream. So either tonight or tomorrow. Also, we're going to do the Q&A. We have a column in the paper that we publish, and Jonathan had wrote in and asked a couple questions. It's a little bit related to what we talked about tonight as far as the time frame, but it's about buying a new home, a new person in the new year, and what the timelines actually look like. So if somebody has kids in school and they want to move during the summer, when do they list their house? When do they actually get in the market to buy a house? And then how long does it take before they actually move in? So that's what we're going to be talking about here next. And with that, that's all I got for you tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys a little bit later and talking about that 70s style that's coming back. Let's see here. Yep, 70s style. Oh, man, you're going to have to see what the experts are saying about that, because 70s, that's all I can say anyway. So with that, I will see you guys later.